the Eagles are going all in at the wide receiver position. I'm not just talking players, which, let's be real, we've brought in a lot of young guys, right? Jalen Reagor, John Hightower, Quez Watkins, Manasseh Bailey. But it extends past that. I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? We've got guys like Andrew Brenner as the passing game coordinator, right? We got Matthew Harper, who we signed last offseason, who's still our assistant wide receiver coach. We got other guys on this, like Aaron Moorhead, who's now our wide receiver coach. And we just turned around and signed one more guy to come in here as an intern to help out. Mr. Jason Avant, Mr. I got the reliable hands himself. Today's topic, guys, let's talk about Jason Avant. And there's one more guy I want to propose, guys. There's one more guy. Let me tell you, he might still be fast, but I also think he can coach. He just doesn't get viewed in this way. Let's get it. What's up, Eagles Nation? What's going on, NFL world? How you doing, division rivals? This is Steven Hyder with Gate City Sports Channel, the sports channel where the cerebral NFL fan comes for about 10 minutes of daily content. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whenever it is you get around to watching us. Once again, guys, my name is Steven Hyder, and this is Gate City Sports Channel. All right, guys, today's topic. Here's the deal, man. Lots of things going on with this wide receiver group. No doubt about it. I can see that there is an attention to detail in this position group that shows me it's a concern. It's one of those old adages of don't pay attention to what people say, watch their actions. Regardless of what Doug Peterson and Howie Roseman and these guys say about the wide receiver group, their actions don't always meet their words. They'll make it seem like we're not worried, we got trust in these young guys. Well, if that was true, we wouldn't have 101 position group coaches at the wide receiver position, guys, right? But I'm going to say something. I think we're getting it right. I think we're honestly getting it right for once because I believe in Aaron Moorhead. If you go back and you watch some of those Vanderbilt games from last year and watch the Vanderbilt wide receivers, I thought they actually were pretty good at route running. It looks like this guy knows how to command the room, right? That's one of the things I will say. One of the big, kind of things coming in here about Aaron Moorhead is this young man is not a passive voice. He will command the football room. He will take control of this position group. He will not be pushed over by the players. We need it. We need it. To make things, kind of to keep evolving here, right? Now we're finding out that Jason Avant is coming back to Philadelphia as a coaching intern. This is a big deal. Like, look, will he stick around past training camp, guys? Who knows? But having a guy like Jason Avant come back to the organization to work with these receivers, it's a good thing. I hope it carries forth, and I hope we can find a role for this young man as like a coaching assistant of some sort. Maybe quality control, something of that matter. Because Jason Avant, he would be, a welcome breath of fresh air here in this room. Because let's be real, guys. We need new voices in that room. We need guys who understand how to run routes in the NFL level in this room. By the way, Aaron Moorhead, not only is he the sixth coach in the 6 years at the wide receiver position, as a wide receiver coach, I should say, but at the same time, guys, he's only the second one of those six to have actual NFL playing experience outside of Greg Lewis. I think it's a big deal, guys. It's easy for a guy like me who understands the game. I understand the routes. I understand how they're supposed to be running, things like that. But I've never played at this level, so I can't give these players insights to things like what corners will do at the professional level to disrupt you. I can watch film and I can show them some things, but I can't explain how to, okay, look, when I release off the line and I see a guy do this, this is how I know they're immediately going to that. I don't have the feel for the game that a guy like Aaron Moorhead, a Greg Lewis, a Jason Avant will have for the game. I'm proud of my coaching resume. I'm proud of what I've been able to do, but I also understand it ain't the same thing. It's not. Having these guys that can do that, that's a huge deal. Especially when you got young guys. I mean, you got veteran guys. I think a guy like me, a guy who hasn't really played at the NFL level, hasn't played at that level of competition, even close to it. I do think that you can get away with veteran groups in there. But it's not the same. It's not the same when you're dealing with young guys and trying to prepare them for the season. And that's what I think is happening here with adding Jason Avant. That's what I think is happening here when you bring in a guy like Aaron Moorhead. We even have Matthew Harper, who I think he's a good positional coach as our assistant wide receiver coach. I like these changes that are coming down the pipeline here. I do have faith that this is going to work. Andrew Brenner coming in here from the aspect of being a wide receiver coach and a quarterback coach before, to come in here and look at the passing game concepts, look at this receiver group, and try to help Doug figure out how to scheme guys open. Guys, we are putting a lot of stock into this. I know it's easy to kind of miss these things, but I'm telling you, just watch the actions, guys. It's quite clear we're concerned. It's quite clear that we are dedicated to fixing this nonsense this year. Now, there's one more guy I want to talk about. I put him on the thumbnail. And I know a lot of you guys are probably thinking, man, did Gate just clickbait us? Listen, he raced Tyreek Hill. He looked good racing Tyreek Hill. People got, oh, look at this. T.O. can still play at 46 years old. Brother, he ain't playing in the NFL anymore. He's not ready for that. He can't live that life no more. He might be good for one play. He can't come in and out, week in and out, play in and out, like game in and out. It's not going to work, guys. What I will say is this. Why does no one view T.O. from the perspective of being a coach? Personality mix? I mean, come on, man. He's 46 at this point. What I will say is this. T.O. gets underrated as a technician at the position. Guys who don't really break down film and don't really pay attention to what Terrell Owens could do don't understand the little things that he did right. And that's the crazy thing. Because I'm looking at a guy like Terrell Owens, right? And what makes Terrell Owens disqualified to be a coach, but a guy like Hines Ward particularly qualified to be a coach? Nothing more than opportunity and perception, guys. We're the Philadelphia Eagles. We are known for reversing people's perceptions, right? Taking chances on guys. Bringing back and rehabilitating images like Michael Vick. Man, I think it's long overdue. The next guy I would love to see get an opportunity to coach in the NFL is none other than Terrell Owens, guys. I would love to see T.O. get a chance to get back into the NFL. This is a kid, and I know that he was more highly recruited than this might sound, but come on, man. He came out of Tennessee, Chattanooga. He had to earn it, man. He had to earn it in the NFL. It ain't easy to fill in the shoes of probably the greatest wide receiver to ever put on cleats, and Jerry Rice. That's not an easy thing to do. There's no one, very few, I won't say there's no one. There's very few players who fit the personality of this city as well as Terrell Owens did. There's a reason why 2004 was so freaking magical. Like, I remember it. And guys, I'm not a Donovan McNabb hater. As a matter of fact, I remember when I got out of basic and I went down for advanced training when I was in the Navy, guys. One of the first things I did when I got down to Pensacola is I went to one of the malls out there with a couple of friends and I went and bought me a Donovan McNabb jersey. With that said, guys, Terrell Owens should be getting a chance in the NFL. He should be. To me, it's ridiculous he's not. I'm just hoping at some point somebody looks at Terrell Owens and either gives this guy more of a, I think he's had some special appearances and things like that as a broadcaster. I think he deserves a shot somewhere, guys. I do. I think that sometimes people allow things to get, carried away a little too much, overtaken. They allow things to go crazy when they shouldn't be. And I think it's time to forgive Terrell Owens. I think it's ridiculous that we even have to say the words forgive Terrell Owens. Listen, the guy knows the position. When you're struggling to get guys like JJ Arcega-Whiteside to develop, why not go get a guy who played on the outside, played at a high level, was a big physical guy, to come in and teach him, the nuances of releasing off the line of scrimmage, the nuances of sinking your hips correctly to gain separation from somebody, the nuances of how to position your body for a contested catch at the NFL level. We know JJ did it at a very high level in college, but he hasn't done it at the NFL. How to time that jump, right? How to get your body in the right position for that jump, right? What to do with your hands as you get to the catch point. Guys, these are really subtle things, but they're really important. It's what makes up the difference between a guy who gets a Division I scholarship and a guy that has to earn his way on to a program as a walk-on or as a blue shirt or something like that. It bothers me that Terrell Owens is still sitting out there without having any kind of prospects to stay within this league, other than doing some guest appearances here and there. I would like to see Terrell Owens as a coach personally. I definitely think that he could be a position coach. I don't know. Look, I don't know if he'd be a passing game coordinator one day or if he could be like, you know what I mean? Like, an offensive coordinator, even a head coach. I don't know that he has the character for that. We'd have to see him in a coaching capacity first. I definitely think this guy could be a position coach. It bothers me that he's not, guys. But these are my thoughts on it. And you already know I'm going to ask you. I want to know, what do you think? Leave your comments down below, guys. Love the Jason Avant signing. Love that he's coming in for training camp. My thoughts are, we're clearly concerned about the wide receiver group, and we're going to try to do everything we can to attack this to make sure we got the right guys. And a lot of this has to do with the salary cap in 2021. We got young guys, right? I can name you the 5 guys I think will be the future of this organization as it looks right now, okay? JJ Arcega-Whiteside. Got to find a way of developing this kid, guys. He's a second-round pick, second year in the league. We got to develop this kid or else we're trash ourselves as an organization here and coaching staff. Number 2 thing, Jalen Reagor, first-round pick this year. Come on, clearly. Greg Ward Jr., undrafted rookie free agent, young guy, earned it, came up the way that you want a guy to come up, right? Earning every one of those stripes, okay? Quez Watkins, John Hightower. This is why I think a lot of this is happening, guys. We know that we're in a weird, peculiar situation in 2021 with the cap. There's a chance that Deshaun Jackson's not back, and I would say it's a really good chance. There's a really good chance Alshon Jeffrey's not back, right? There's a chance that Marquise Goodwin will never suit up in an Eagles uniform. That is a possibility. I'm not going to say all these are definitive, guys, but they're possibilities. There's no veterans. There's no veterans. You need coaching, and I think that's what this is really about. All right, guys, my thoughts, you know it. I want to know yours. Leave them down below, guys. And you know how we end these videos. We do a little E-A-G-L-E-S. All right, y'all. Let's go, Eagles.